you're going to be eating good during SHTF if you stock away as much as possible. The problem is that one day you will run out. And the funny thing nowadays is that people often say, well, I don't eat it right now, but if I have to, I will. Take, for example, people always say to the spam, I will not eat it. Or I eat it if I have to, but I'm not going to eat it right now because I don't have to. Okay. The other thing is that many say, well, you got to fight food fatigue because you're going to get tired of eating the same thing over and over and over. Like if you eat rice and beans every day, it's going to get tiresome. Or you're going to hate eating it. Okay. What is the other one? This one. I will not eat that no matter what. We're going to come back to that one at the very end. All right. So I figured that today I will make it a story day, I guess. And I will share a couple of things. I'm going to write down that one down. I will not eat it no matter what. I'm going to come back to that. This is an important one. All right. And I'm writing it down to see whether people are sincere or not. Okay. So the idea of folks saying that you're going to maintain your standard of living in SHTF is ludicrous. SHTF things will change no matter what. When the Soviet Union collapsed and I was in Cuba, and I'm going to be referring a lot to examples that I live when I was in Cuba. That way, you guys won't be like, oh, Billy, that's your opinion. No. These are facts. These are definitely facts. And if you don't believe me, that's your problem, not mine. I know what I know, and I know that what I'm saying is truth. And if you have doubts, you can talk to other Cubans, and they will tell you. Those who were there. When the Soviet Union collapsed, we went through what is called the special period. Food disappeared. We had nothing coming in from the Soviet Union. No grains, no nothing. And contrary to public belief, Cuba does not produce as much at all. Yeah, it produces tobacco, but that's it. And so once upon a time, it did produce sugar, but mismanagement, lack of fuel, lack of resources, tractors, and so on and so forth. The agricultural, not economy, but the agriculture just collapsed. When the Soviet Union collapsed, pretty much Cuba went along with it and make things even worse. So growing food over there, yeah, you can grow some on the small scale, but that may feed a couple of families. That's about it. And Cuba, when I left, there were 10 million people in there. So no way Cuba can be self-sufficient. No way whatsoever. Too many people. And just not enough. You need machinery and whatnot. So the population is too high for the production. So yeah, people went hungry. Now in Cuba you have that book, the ration book, La Libreta. That's what it's called, La Libreta. Literally, it's called the book. That's libreta means book, a booklet. So you get a ration. That's how they did it. That's how at least guarantee food for everybody. So people, believe it or not, people think that that ration book will be enough. People here believe that. No, it's barely to keep you alive. It's like dying every single day. Everybody's constantly hungry in there. You're never full, always hungry. So when you hear folks here saying that we're going to maintain a standard of living, well, the standard of living went to crap. The bad standard of living went to crap. when the Soviet Union collapsed. So we went from not good, bad, to worse. So there is a saying in Cuba, those Spanish-speaking people here, we went from Guatemala to Guatapeor. So we went from bad to worse. That's a literal translation. Hopefully what I'm saying brings memories to those who went through it and are willing to share more in the comment section below. So the lines for bread, astronomical. The bread became part of the quota. You get one piece of bread, small size, smaller than this can of Spam, hard like a rock. One per day. That's it. That's what you get. People here say, I will not eat Spam. If you will get this during that time, that will feed an entire family. A family of 5, easy. We'll feed a family of 5. We'll get one slide, that's it. And you'll have it with white rice, most likely. Staples over there are rice and beans. Either red beans or black beans. There's no such thing as pinto beans over there. Occasionally you will get white beans, occasionally, but very rare. Staples, black and red beans. Growing animals over there, it was hard because, again, you have no grain coming in. And what are you going to do? You're going to give the chickens the grains, the corn. You grind the corn so you can make cornmeal, and then you can make what is called harina de maíz, which grits is the closest thing that we have in here in the U.S. Grits with an egg, that was a meal. Often enough, we have that. Eggs, a lot of times we have to boil it because there was no oil to fry it, and lard was really hard to come by. Whoever had a pig, and this is something that folks don't understand, pigs eat a lot. Hence the saying, like, you eat like a pig, because pigs eat a lot. But over there, the lard was more important than the actual meat, because you need a lard for everything, and lard was not coming to the through the government. You will not get lard in the ration book. You will get oil. So when you get oil, and it was not a lot either, it was maybe a liter at most. So bear that in mind. So we ate anything that came across. Anything. I mean, the saying was, like, animals disappear. The birds disappear. The pigeons became, like, people will raise pigeons and whatnot, but wild pigeons, they were gone. In fact, people in the cities will put traps on the roofs. Will put traps so they can catch and this is gonna sound disgusting, buzzards, and they will sell it as chicken. This is true. This is not BS. This is true. People will say, there's a saying like, "Oh, leave the foot of the rabbit, so we know there's a rabbit, and we don't get gato por liebre, which is we get a cat instead of a rabbit." Cats disappear in Cuba, and this is where I want to go back to what I said earlier. I will not eat that no matter what. Hunger changes everything. When you're saying that I will not eat that no matter what, it's because you have never been hungry. Hunger will change your mind like nothing. You thought that Spam was bad, then you will never eat it no matter what. When you get hungry, and I guarantee you this, guarantee, you will eat it. Because there's nothing worse than being hungry. Nothing worse. You can die of thirst in 3 days. Hunger lingers. Lingers. So cats did disappear in Cuba. We ate them. We did. Now, folks, I would say, well, but Cuba doesn't have cows. You cannot eat a freaking cow. Cows are property of the government. Cows have papers. If your cow die, they will send a government agent to see whether or not the cow was dead. If somebody stole your cow, you are responsible for that animal. Yeah, you can have the milk and you can have uh, the calf and whatnot, not to eat it, but to raise and whatnot. But cows in Cuba are not like the cows that you see here. Cows in Cuba are skinny as hell. They don't get extra food. No, they're eating grass and whatever they can eat grass, and that's it. They're skinny. You can't eat them. So you may own a cow, but you can't eat the cow. You can have the milk. Maybe you can make cheese and whatnot. You can have milk. Save grace. Cows over there don't give as much milk as cows in here because food is not the same. Cows over there are starving. So when people say, I will not eat this no matter what, you do not know what you're talking about, because hunger changes everything. SHTF will be the same here. When the food goes away, when there is no more food, when you have nothing else because all your supplies run out, hunger will change you. I don't care who you are. Hunger will change you. So when you say you will not eat it, you are lying, because I know for a fact that you will. This is fact. Hunger will change you, because you can come to me today and say, I will not eat spam no matter what. I'd rather die. Sir, ma'am, you don't know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about. When you say you will not eat cat, you may not eat the cat that you have at home, but you sure as hell are going to eat your neighbor's cat. And your neighbor's cat is sure as hell eyeballing your cat. Hunger will change pretty much everything, and hunger will be something that a lot of people will have to deal with in here. And unfortunately here, people are not accustomed to it. Don't believe me? Okay. Time will tell. Once SHTF hits, I hope you remember that what you said, that no matter what, you will not eat it. Let's see if your mind changes. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. God bless you all, and I hope to see you in the next one.